opening statement.
Well, what a crazy game. Obviously a very, very competitive game on both sides. Both pitching staffs were outstanding. Our pitching staff did an unbelievable job tonight. We didn't do a good enough job of being able to move runners up. I had the leadoff guy on base several times later in the ball game. Couldn't come up with a big hit with runners on base. But our pitching staff gave us a chance. Defensively, we played well. Obviously made, one big error that led to 2 runs on a ball hit down the line that cost us. But if you look at the numbers, we probably played a better baseball game tonight, but we came up short. Competed as hard as we could, so I'm proud of my guys for that. But we gotta, obviously it's, we got a short turnaround, got to get ready for Friday. We used a lot of guys out of the pen, so hopefully we can get those guys back for the weekend and be ready to go.
Coach, have you ever been a part of any game, anything like that?
Yeah, I have. Actually, I coached a game in 2014 against William & Mary that was 22 innings, the second longest game in NCAA history. So I have been a part of it.
There in the 20s, you can't check Cooper. Did you think about changing anything up, bunting, doing some squeezes, anything like that?
Those 2 outs, you can't squeeze.
Well, no, I mean throughout any of the extra innings.
Well, we never really had a situation where we had a runner at third with 1 out or no outs where we could do it, where we could put a safety squeeze on, so to speak. So we really didn't have very many opportunities to drive a runner in from third with less than 2 outs or safety squeeze or be able to put anything on in that situation. We had to hit because we had second and third with 2 outs in that situation.
From the pitching staff, did you learn something about a few guys tonight?
Well, what I did learn was, Hennessy, has had back-to-back great starts for us, through very, very well. Holt, Weatherly, Spires probably was as good as he's been all year. All those guys do well, and then Luke Sommerfeld stepped up. I mean, he threw really well there at the end of the ball game. That's the longest outing of the year for him. So, again, I'm very proud of how we pitched and how we competed. We just got to be able to do little things. We get a leadoff guy on base. There's certain guys that we've got to feel comfortable with being able to get a bunt down, and we're not. Guys that just, got to get better in being able to execute sacrifice bunts. And I thought we swung out of strike zone too much again. Tonight we got to continue to work on our approaches at the plate. But, overall, our pitching staff certainly gave us a chance. I don't know if we could have pitched any better.
Coach, longest game in Clemson history. You ever been a part of anything like this as a coach or player?
Yeah, I have. I've coached in a 22-inning game back in 2014. So yeah, I've seen it before.
How difficult is it to manage your pitching staff and just looking ahead to the weekend? You got to save some arms for that as well.
Well, it's tough. I mean, again, you want to try to win this game, so you go with guys that you count on to give you big outs and high leverage situations. And that's why we pitched Owen Griffith after Hennessy. That's why we threw Holt. That's why we threw Weatherly. That's why we threw Spires. And we felt like Luke was the next guy on that list that we wanted to get into the game. And he certainly pitched well. I mean, he couldn't have pitched any better than he did tonight. So, the tough part for us with all those guys is now, we got to hope that they can recover enough to be ready for Friday. We may have a couple of those guys down for Friday, but that's what happens, in the middle of the week. Especially if you go extra innings, you're trying to win. You're going to use your guys to try to win the ball game.
Is there a game plan for a coach to say, okay, guys, if the game goes 20 innings, this is what we do?
No, I mean it's just we scripted it out obviously for a 9-inning game as far as kind of when we were going to take Jacob out based on pitch count to have him ready and available. And we had it mapped out. We were going to go to Owen first. Jacob being left-handed, we wanted to bring a right-hander in right after him, and Owen threw well, and then we were going to kind of decide whether it was going to be Weatherly and then Jones and then Spires. We actually felt like we wanted to go Spires in a high leverage situation, and we did. And again, I mean, all those guys threw the ball very, very well. We threw the guys we wanted to throw. The next guy in line was Sommerfeld if we went extras or if anything happened in the ball game. But I thought Luke threw really well too.
As far as the rest of the team goes, like, how would you plan on giving them a day off tomorrow anyway?
Yeah, well, no, we give them Mondays off, but we may get some guys in the cages. They want to get some swings. At some point today now. But we need to rest. Obviously, it's going to be a tough ride home. But I'm proud of our guys. I mean, we competed. We didn't play great on the offensive side of things, but we certainly pitched well. And we just got to be able to do the little things. That's probably the most frustrating part, and my fault as a coach. We got to get better in those areas. We got to be able to get a bunt down. We had a couple bunt situations where we didn't get the bunt down. When we got the leadoff man on base, and we're just swinging out of the zone too much in 2 strike counts. We got to be more disciplined. But overall, we pitched really well tonight, and we made one mistake on defense, and it cost us. But that's what happens when you play really good teams. You make one mistake here or there, and sometimes that can cost you a game.
What was the mistake? Did you just slip?
Well, basically, I think I got kind of blocked out. So I mean, obviously, I had to ask what happened. But I think he tried to, once he picked the ball up, he tried to throw the ball, and the ball just come out of his hand. I really don't know. I didn't talk. I didn't ask him what happened. I didn't feel like it was appropriate. After it happened, that's pretty tough on a young man. I did not want to ask him what happened. Just wanted to kind of leave him be at that point.
Sounds weird to say this, but after the 19th, you pulled your hitters aside and had a chat with them in the dugout. What did you tell them? You almost came up with the go-ahead run there on the 20th.
Well, I mean, we just needed to get back to the basics. I felt like, we got in 2 strike counts and we're just swinging out of the zone, and we just talked about, hey, just stay in the strike zone. Look for pitches that you can hit hard and try to lay off pitches out of the zone. I just feel like we're trying to do too much offensively, and that's what, just seeing guys over and over go up there and just coming out of their shoes when, all we need is base runners. We need to string together quality at bats, and I just think our guys just, overall tonight, offensively, we just probably, probably came out of the strike zone too much. We just got to continue to work on it, and hopefully we can get better.
The good news, Monty, is you get a chance to erase all this and get back in the conference play, which you guys need to get some big wins there.
Yeah, we do, and we had a tough weekend last weekend. We had a very competitive game tonight, and it was good to see our guys compete the way they did for 20 innings for. I don't know how long we've been playing, 6 hours, something like that.
6 hours and 34 minutes.
Yeah, so, our guys didn't lose their focus. They kept getting after it and kept competing, and the dugout energy was awesome, and that was good to see. So I'm proud of how we competed. We came up short, obviously in a tough game, but overall, there's a lot of positives from tonight.
Thanks.